times at the Republican Party, Alamance County Republican Party things, but hadn't really gotten a chance to speak with him or get to know him until last Thursday night. Had the opportunity to talk to him, and when I heard his testimony as an American, I was just blown away. Meredith Edwards was there too. Our jaws dropped. We couldn't believe it. So I am so happy to introduce him to you. He is originally from Venezuela, and he lives here now. And the journey from there to here is one that is amazing. So please join me in welcoming Omar.
Good evening, folks. Thank you for this opportunity, Ms. Galey. Yes, as she was saying, I'm originally from Venezuela. I've been living in the States for the last 22 years. And basically what I told her is that I come from the future when a country is being dominated by socialists, by communists, by terrorists. Okay, and one of the things that my father always put in us, it's to be part of the solution and not be part of the problem. And therefore, that's why I'm here, to tell you guys what will happen if socialists, communists, terrorists, okay, dominate our country. I know, I'm very sure that everybody heard President Trump saying that America will never be socialist. I'm completely sure of that. But I'm sure of that because people like me are willing to work for it, are willing to fight for it. We have a good fight that we have to embrace. We have to commit. Okay, so when socialists overtake power, everything goes south, literally. The first thing they talk about is to take your weapons. Okay, second thing is to take your rights. So imagine as a man not being able to provide for your family because they condemn you to earn whatever they decide. And every time I hear the Democrats, okay, the radical left, talking about free this, free that. Okay, this is what you can do. This is what you can make. It's all a joke. It's all fake. Okay, take that as a threat, and they're serious about it. Because once they do that, they imply these policies. Okay, there is no more country. You don't own anything. Okay, when they talk about opening the borders, okay, I'm an immigrant. Okay. I'm an immigrant, but what happened to Venezuela? Being the number one oil producer in the world. Okay. Venezuela have oil reserves for 200 years. But even though we have that, we're the poorest country in the world right now. Thanks to the socialists. Thanks to the communists and all these crazy policies. Okay? So, be that as it may. Okay, it doesn't matter. When they talk about opening the borders, okay, all of a sudden you have a property, and in that property you have invaders. Okay, they come to live in your property, and you don't have the right to call the cops because you have invaders. Okay, all these crazy policies. Okay, my father died fighting for it. Okay, back in 2006, I had to went back to Venezuela and find out that my dad, who actually was a very proactive politician, a diplomat, okay, actually died under rare circumstances. I'm not gonna go into details because we have, young people here. But I leave it to your imagination, how I felt to know that a man that fought for his country, okay, for our people's rights, okay, ended up dying because of, some people decided to run, the country in a very drastic way. And that is what the far left, the socialist, what I call the secular fundamentalist. Okay, because they sell it to you as a religion. Okay, abortion. You imagine a party that supports killing babies. You imagine a party that supports, for you not to have a property, for you not to own your property, for you not to have your God-given rights of living freedom. I told Ms. Galey, I'm here precisely because I don't want that to happen in this county. I don't want this to happen in this town, in this county, in this state, in this country. Okay? I'm sorry to get sentimental, but tonight I'm honoring my father who fought hard for our country. And he told me, son, if you're going to go there, don't be part of the problem. Be part of the solution always. Do everything straight. And everything you do, even if you're cleaning the floor, be the best. Be the best at what you do. Put passion, put your heart in it. And the reason why I'm doing this is not even because of us, it's because of our children. Our children. Because once these people take over power, their future is gone. We used to live in Florida, South Florida, 2 years ago. Down there, we're receiving a lot of Venezuelan refugees. One of the things that impact me the most is that their children are suffering PTSD, trauma, because they're not able to go to school like a normal, like our children here. They're afraid that somebody's going to kidnap them. They're afraid that somebody's going to, do something crazy. And as Venezuelan, we, I know Barbara, she's actually Cuban, okay? I'm sorry, Barbara. Now your secret's out. Venezuelans, we didn't used to believe that this would happen to us. We were very skeptical. We used to say, no, we have weapons. We have laws. We have law enforcement. We have all the things that we do have now. And we didn't believe this could happen to us. And everything started, little by little, little by little. So locally, when I see people talking about free stuff, free medical care, free this, free education, that raises red flags. Okay, so I asked Ms. Amy, I asked actually the Republican Party, listen, use me, use my testimony, use my story. I'm willing to work hard for this truth to be out. I'm willing to educate, people in English, people in Spanish, people in Italian, people in French. Okay, thank God, God gave me this brain. I can talk different languages. Okay? But we need to do something. We need to be proactive instead of being reactive. Thank you, folks. And please vote for Ms. Galey, right?